For 3,000 years, China had never been ruled by a woman until Wu Zetian arrived. She entered the palace as a teenage concubine, powerless, unseen. But in the Forbidden City, she learned quickly. Mercy was weakness, and survival meant eliminating everyone in your way. When the emperor's wife, Empress Wang, stood in her path, Wu struck. She accused her of murdering Wu's newborn daughter, a crime Wu herself is believed to have committed. And within hours, Wang was dragged away and executed. That was only the first victim. Ministers, generals, even her own family would follow. And when the blood stopped flowing, Wu Zetian sat alone on the dragon throne, the most feared woman in China's history. The year is 624 AD in the Tang dynasty, one of China's most powerful and culturally rich eras. In the small town of Zhou, a girl named Wu Zhao is born. Her family isn't royal, but they're well off enough to give her an education, something rare for a girl at the time. Wu Zhao isn't just beautiful. She's intelligent, confident, and unusually outspoken. She reads poetry, history, and philosophy. By the age of 14, she's sent to the imperial palace to serve as a concubine of Emperor Taizong, the mighty ruler of Tang China. The palace is no fairy tale. It's a cage of silk and gold, where women compete not for love, but for survival. Here, a smile could save your life, and one wrong word could end it. Wu watches and learns. She sees how the emperor's favorites rise and how rivals vanish. She studies the unspoken rules of power and how to break them. When Emperor Taizong dies in 649, tradition says all his concubines without children must leave the palace and become Buddhist nuns. Wu Zhao's hair is shaved, and she's sent to a convent. Most women would have accepted their fate. Wu Zhao doesn't, because in the shadows, she sees an opportunity. The new emperor, Gaozong, is Taizong's 9th son, and he remembers Wu Zhao well. Through charm, wit, and calculated encounters, Wu Zhao wins his attention again. Against all protocol, she's brought back to the palace, not as a nun, but as the emperor's concubine once more. From this moment, her climb to the top begins. If you're enjoying this story, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow. And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the next incredible tale from history. Wu Zhao is not the only woman in Gaozong's life. The official wife, Empress Wang, still holds the title of Empress Consort. And there's another favorite, Consort Zhao. Wu knows she must eliminate them if she ever wants true power. And then, the perfect, horrifying opportunity appears. In 654, Wu gives birth to a daughter. But only a few months later, tragedy strikes. The baby is found dead in her crib. Historians debate what really happened. Some believe the child died naturally. Others claim Wu herself smothered the infant, and then used the death as a weapon. She rushes to the emperor, screaming and weeping, accusing Empress Wang of smothering the baby out of jealousy. Gaozong, already distant from his wife, is furious. Within weeks, both Empress Wang and Consort Zhao are imprisoned. Both women are brutally executed. Some sources claim mutilation, torture, and public humiliation. With her rivals gone, Wu Zhao is elevated to Empress Consort in 645. Wu Zetian wasted no time consolidating power. She placed loyalists in key government posts, rewarded those who supported her rise, and unleashed her secret police on anyone who questioned her authority. Ministers disappeared. Generals were accused of treason and executed. Entire families were wiped out on suspicion of disloyalty. Wu's network of spies, known as the Eastern Depot, kept the court in constant fear. Yet she was also a capable ruler. She expanded the imperial examination system, allowing talented men from lower classes to enter government service. This earned her the loyalty of a new generation of officials who owed everything to her. Wu also strengthened the empire's culture and religion. Buddhism became a tool of both devotion and propaganda. Monks and scholars spread stories predicting a female ruler who would guide China into prosperity. By the late 660s, Emperor Gaozong's health was failing. Blindness and strokes left him dependent on Wu for governance. Ministers began addressing her directly instead of the emperor, a dangerous break from tradition. She crushed a rebellion led by the Tang prince, Li Zhen, executing him and all who supported him. Her secret police purged the palace of dissenters, and every official knew that even whispers against her could mean death. Wu Zetian's influence extended far beyond the palace walls. Roads were built, the military strengthened, and provincial governors were held accountable for their actions. Her reign was terrifying, yes, but it was also effective. By 683, when Gaozong finally died, Wu Zetian was already the true power behind the throne. After Gaozong's death, her eldest son became Emperor Zhongzong. But when he showed signs of independent thought, Wu had him deposed after only 6 weeks. She replaced him with her younger son, Ruizong, a puppet under her total control. Wu's enemies plotted her downfall, and one by one, they were destroyed. She declared the founding of a new dynasty, the Zhou dynasty, and crowned herself Emperor of China in 690. It was the first and only time a woman would hold the title of emperor in Chinese history. Wu Zetian's reign was a paradox, brilliant governance wrapped in a cloak of fear. Her secret police remained active, rooting out any hint of treason. Accusations were often enough to destroy a family. Executions were public, swift, and gruesome, designed to keep nobles and officials in line. And yet, under her rule, the empire prospered. Agriculture thrived. The civil service exams opened new paths for talent. Art, literature, and Buddhism flourished. Her rule was one of contrasts, cruelty and intelligence, blood and progress. Few dared oppose her, and those who did rarely survived. By 705, Wu was in her 80s. Age and illness weakened her. Ministers loyal to the Tang dynasty seized the opportunity, forcing her to abdicate in favor of her son, Zhongzong. Wu Zetian died shortly after. Her legacy is controversial, a ruthless tyrant to some, a visionary ruler to others. But one thing is certain. In a world where women were meant to serve, she ruled. And to rule, she paid the price in blood. Wu Zetian's name echoes through history, the woman who shattered tradition, murdered rivals, and seized a throne meant for men. In the empire of the dragon, she was the only empress who dared to wear its crown. Thanks for watching. If you want to explore more amazing stories from history, check out the other videos on my channel. And if you haven't already, subscribe now and join our growing community. Your support helps keep these stories alive.